Take a look at your setup here. So you've got the Ibuki Tier 9 Japanese heavy cruiser lineup. You're choosing main armaments mod, damage control, aiming systems, propulsion, concealment, and then you went for range. Why did you go for range in the last slot in your Ibuki, sir?
Uh, for more range? Because I'm not running a spotter, I'm running the fighter. Because
Okay.
I probably haven't touched this build since day one, like 7 years ago. Like, even
Okay.
with all the reworks and all that, I just haven't.
So with the range here, you have 19 kilometers. If you went for reload, then you'd only have 16 and a half. So you're picking the range because you want the ability to hit stuff from farther away and then also have more time to try to dodge incoming shells. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, and considering most people play so far back, and
Okay.
I mean, this is a great kiting ship.
Yeah, sure. Okay. And then you've got for consumables hydro, and you said you've got fighter instead of your spotting. Why do you have a fighter instead of spotting?
Because I barely play this ship.
Okay. Because I mean, a
Uh,
spotter would probably be better than a fighter.
I,
But
I, I mean,
okay.
I completely agree, but I mean, like I said, the last time I really played this ship a lot, OG Midway.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Captains, you've got an 11-point captain. I'm guessing it's just a standard captain then.
Mm-hmm.
So you did grease the gears, demolition expert, superintendent, concealment, and then gun feeder. Okay. Superintendent's great because you get the extra heal. Concealment is very important in Japanese cruiser. Demo expert, grease the gears, gun feeder. I mean, okay. We'll see how you're able to make it work. And then no signals. Because like
Yeah,
you said, you barely play the ship.
yeah. If I detonate whatever, it's only tier. Most of my tier 9 ships, with the exceptions of the ones I do play a lot, I
Mm-hmm.
use them for like practice builds for my tier 10s.
Okay. Alright, let's get to your replay then. Come on, game. There we go. There we go. Here's our replay. I'll do stream meters off stream. Alright, so, I mean, there's a few tier 10s. No carrier. And one sub. It's not too bad matchmaking for you, huh?
Not really, but usually seeing the sub will dictate what side I go to because oh look, subs at A. I don't want to deal with the subs. I don't
Okay.
enjoy their interactions.
Yeah.
Uh,
So as a result, you can see you're heading towards the C cap.
yeah.
Okay.
I probably should have had my turrets pre-aimed that way. But I was still waiting because like if everybody abandons that flank, I will go do my best to try to hold it.
So if you're saying if everybody abandoned a flank.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, you've got an Illinois that's coming and helping, and at this early stage of the game, your rear turret traverse doesn't matter.
I mean, that's the other thing I was looking at. Like, there's one cruiser already at C. There's no cruiser at A, and I'm like, well, the Illinois is going. It's just an oversized cruiser,
Yeah, sure. Makes sense.
right? So I mean, they've got DPM over there to where C's just got the hard hitting cruisers.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to try to support this Aki if he's gonna go B, but not gonna care.
Okay.
What the hell is Iron Man want?
Man, we almost won that battle, guys. Almost. But we'll start up again. What's up, Alexan?
I mean, I'm aiming waterline because he's on a slight angle coming in, so the cells should fall on the deck.
And 2 out of the 5 did not. Looks like they hit too low.
It does look like he did turn out.
Yep.
But I did wait for my shot until I knew the island would cover me from his
Mhm.
return salvo.
Right. Now, I want to pause here for a sec, because I think this is an important part. You could put your flame up here, just try to see what's around the island, right?
Correct.
Why did you not do that, sir?
I did want to tell him that I was leaving. Because anyone paying attention, like, you know, the fighter does circles around you. So as the further you get away, you'll notice the fighter's getting away. So
Okay.
anyone paying attention will know that I'm immediately in a kite position.
Gotcha. Now, I will say 2 things with this. One is that requires them to notice like a full rotation of fighter around you, which probably isn't going to happen. And then 2, I just want to point out again, if you had the spotter plane, it would go farther out and it would provide you more spotting than the fighter does.
Right. I know what you're saying, but it's the start of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Assume the enemy's smarter than you
Fair?
until they prove you wrong.
Okay.
Right.
Let's see what
if
happens.
you're correct, you're prepared for it.
You're going to luck check some torpedoes south of sea just in case. And look,
Why
you just
not?
got
They're
detected.
loaded.
You got detected, but nobody really has a shot on you. Oh. Hello, Lo Yang. And this is what you excel at in a Japanese cruiser. Oh.
Yes, the dog is
It's
telling
the
the poor Lo Yang he's screwed.
Right, the dogs are telling Lo Yang he's done, right?
I don't know why he's still rushing.
I think he just kind of didn't expect to run into anybody, and then as soon as he saw, he's like, well, crap, and then keeps going. The nice thing is that the Shimakaze smoke and the Lo Yang smoke is going to keep you undetected, so you could actually shoot at... You're choosing the Alaska. I would shoot the North Carolina, but... Okay, either's fine.
I mean, this is one of those... Get rid of the radar.
That's true. Alaska's more of a threat because of that.
Right? And, like, as stupid as this may sound, it's more experience than the NC.
Yeah, that's true as well.
It's not like I'm grinding these things.
So why are you playing the Ibuki then?
Because, and honestly, I remember you saying, like, nobody plays the ships that nobody plays. Like, everybody sends in, like, meta stuff.
Like Des Moines.
And Ibuki is a bad ship. Right? It's not it's not a bad ship. It's just not a good ship either. It's I mean, it's just meh.
Okay.
It to me, it just comes down to more player than the ship.
So yeah, I mean,
like, that's true for every ship, though.
Thing about Ibuki is it's like it's the Mogami, but it's 1 tier higher, so you get a little bit more HP. You get access to the reload module. That's about it. I know a lot of people would rather just keep playing Mogami. Nice. You got really lucky there.
Oh yeah. But I mean, like, I remember, like, we were talking yesterday. With, like, everyone's going, oh, you get Mogami, just go. You just stick with the 155s.
Yeah.
And I mean, you just no. If you're grinding it, just get the 203s, because it's what you've literally been using up till the Mogami, and it's what you're going to use for Ibuki and Zhao.
So I would agree with you. I mean, if you're planning on if you want to learn the line, sure. If you just want to screw around and have fun, then the 155s are good.
Oh, exactly. I mean, like, my Mogami's a 155, but I've already grinded through the line.
Yeah.
Like, and the other thing is that was back when, like, yeah, you took IFHE, which kind of meant you needed a specialized captain for it because it didn't go with the rest of the line, per se.
Yep. Now, you're also keeping the Alaska at range, so, I mean, he's got pretty floaty shells. It's really hard for him to get really good hits on you. No, Seas Nuts. There's the only ship you can get 155s on for the Japanese heavy cruiser lineup is the Mogami. Otherwise, there's the Shimanto at the light cruiser line. One of the light cruisers has the 155s. I don't remember which one, but it's nowhere near the fire rate that the Mogami has at tier 8.
Now, I mean, I am slowing down, turning to, bait these guys and to stick with the AP and shoot me.
Well, this is also what I was talking with Nate about yesterday, right? Which is controlling the engagement. In a kiting away stance, you can control that engagement because if you need to, you can just hit W, go dark, and heal. And the Alaska dies. Nice. Sure, why not? North Carolina keeps trying to shoot you, and you just hit W, and you dodge.
I mean, that is one of the really nice things about range for this thing. These shells have enough velocity to actually hit your targets at range.
Yes, they do.
That's not just a battleship, right? Like,
right?
You should be able to hit these shots even with the Des Moines. Granted, I'm only 14 now.
What's up, Dusty? Alright, so now you got a sticky fire going on North Carolina. You're continuing to turn because these are shots coming in, so you just turn bow in. Now, the Ibuki, I mean, the Japanese heavy cruiser line as a whole, they've got what we like to call troll armor. It's armor that both trolls you and the shooter. In that case, it trolled the North Carolina. You haven't been trolled yet. But for some odd reason, there's just the right kind of armor that will trap a lot of shells.
I mean, if you notice that, I mean, the NC just gave up shooting me.
He did.
Right, and like, oh look, there's an island in front of me, so I can make a full gamer turn and not worry if he's reloaded or not. Like,
yeah,
if he's gonna roll the dice.
Well, and it gives you the ability to do your torpedoes. Yeah. All right, Nawami gets the kill, so now you can start focusing on the Riga.
I mean, I think it's funny that, like, the Brandisi and me both headed all the way back to the B line.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Sometimes you have the same thoughts as somebody else that's playing with you, but and you can see the result of that.
The enemy didn't cap C.
Right. Also, like your team capped A.
Yeah, the thing that's really going to stop you from capping are the two cruisers all the way at the back of the map.
Sure. You just got home from work? Okay, gotcha. We just finished doing some golf with your friends, and then now we're, yeah. We're doing Warships replay analysis. So this is put in the Ibuki.
I mean, this is one of those situations where, like, I don't really need to change course. Riga's not shooting me. And all I gotta do is look at the mini-map to see if more shells come in so I can stay tunnel vision. It's one ship. I don't have to worry.
And because of your range build, you can afford to stay farther back, and that also helps you not worry. Because the Riga's shooting somebody else. Who's he shooting at? The Iwami, the Shimakaze, even the Brindisi are closer than you. So that's who the Riga will probably shoot.
Yeah, most people have a tendency to shoot things closer to them unless you're low health. And
sure.
I mean, I've got, at this point, I just got to buff out the front end and I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I figured, you know, the Shimmy's going to get the cap. These guys look like they're wanting to push through, and I'm like, yeah, I really don't feel like pushing through.
Right. So instead you're going back.
Yeah, I'll shore up the other side and, you know, set up for the, you know, crossfire. Because
now, if you had your...
want to burn everything.
Yeah. If you had your spotter plane, maybe you could have got a better shot on the Amagi. But otherwise, that's it so far. I haven't seen any other, like, time where one versus the other is that important.
I mean, there's no carrier, so like
Yeah,
the fighter is completely useless because you can't spot torps anymore.
right.
I noticed that. Oh, look, there's the Saint Vincent, and look what clan he's in. So, like, I don't want to get close to him,
Oh, he's in CV lol. Okay.
right? So I know he knows how to play the ship.
For those of
So
you guys who
let him
don't know,
focus.
CV lol is kind of like a '07 alt account clan.
So I mean, my attitude is let the guys drive through and be the focus while I just hit the Saint Vincent from behind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're actually going over the island too with them, so that's nice. So wow, a lot of enemies have already died over at A.
Except for the shimmy capping.
The Shimi capping, and then there's the Pomeranian coming in. You get spotted briefly from that. Oh, something else is spotting you too. Hayate, could be Hayate, could be the Shimi at A.
My money's on shimmy at A.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it could be the Hayate, but it could be a both of them,
Right.
right? Like
Heck.
all I know is there's a threat at A that's unspotted.
Yeah. Exactly.
It could actually be both the DDs there, but I do remember seeing torps coming up through the middle, so that I'm thinking a hot day did a circle around the supporters two BBs.
Mm-hmm.
Assume team play until proven wrong.
Right.
Shimmy's got a free cap. Columbo's up here all alone.
There's the Pomer.
I don't want to push the shimmy with the Palmer in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these torps are sent out in the hopes that the Palmer pushes into them.
That's right. Like he turns in, which he's doing. Oh, look, Shimikaze. Oh, the sub spotted him. And he's gonna turn right into your torps, isn't he? Oh. Oh, God. LOL.
And that's when I report him for eating torps meant for a battleship. But I mean, like, that, like, I sent the torps on the Pomeran, right? Well, where
Mhm.
are most of your DDs? In front of your battleships. So
Right.
I got lucky
Yeah.
that he was there, but it was also, like, it was an educated guess.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, look at all the torps.
Well, look at all the torps. Now it's a good thing you put your Hydra on. You saw the Shimi. You instinctively said, torps might be coming my way. So I put the Hydra on. You can see all the potential damage from those torps. Pomeran goes down.
I think, like, the only thing I did in this game was slow, patient, and just I dealt with the situations that were in front of me.
Right. That,
I didn't get aggressive. I didn't try to make the ship do something it couldn't do. And oh look, there's the Hayate. Thank God my Hydro was running because the shimmy got spotted.
right. So you see the torpedoes. You're gonna take one. Oh well, it sucks. But you know where the Hayate is now.
We have two caps to their one. It's like
Mm-hmm.
950 to 275. So I don't even need to go for A.
No, and because you're not detected, that tells you the Hayate is probably out on the one line. And my mod at least shows that the Hayate was low health last time he was spotted.
And he's never gonna get spotted. So
Right.
kind of just drive towards A1. Because if he goes south, he won't spot me. If he's at A1, I'll spot him. So then I
Right.
know he's trying to advance.
Right. Because what you do is you force him into a corner. So, let me go back a little bit here. You got your initial engagement with the Izumo. Sure, you get your one salvo in. And then here's your first gift of this game, right? The Lo Yang. But, I mean, you were aggressive early going into the position you were in, but then you turned away from that figuring you want to take out whatever comes to that channel, right? South of sea.
Right.
And instead, You're looking at something coming that way. But instead, you've got the Lo Yang that just decides, nah, I'm gonna come in this way, and you're like, hey, cool, free kill. So that
Like like
works.
anybody like anybody playing DD, you should notice that going in through that channel, what's your escape plan?
There is
Go
none.
towards the enemy? Like, that's not a good escape plan going back to port, really. That's
The
why,
only
like, if you're gonna take it from from your side of the map.
the only escape plan he had was to go this way, right? Down that channel. And if you look at where he died, he didn't do that. I think he got scared and turned northward to try to dodge shells or something.
I
Whereas,
think his game plan was to go to the northern channel to hydro whatever DD was there. Unfortunately, he ran into a couple cruisers and something that kept him spotted because
right. So now here you are dealing with the Alaska. And yeah, the Alaska. So look at your Brindisi. Your Brindisi is very low health. So that explains why the Alaska, North Carolina were focusing so much on him. Come on, game.
I don't know why he didn't smoke,
That's true. He could have.
but like this is the situation of using your teammates' HP to your advantage,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let them shoot
right?
somebody else. Who cares?
I mean, I do believe the Alaska was shooting me, but he barely did any damage to me. So, oh, let
Mm-hmm.
me give up on that guy and hit the Rendisi instead of the guy
Right.
who knows how to wiggle.
Right. So now at this point, you're relocating. Minotaur
Yeah,
beaches
it's
broadside to Moskva and dies. That's oof. And there's the Ibuki looking at the Pommern. There's a smoke over here. That's got to be that's got to be that Hayate, huh?
it was Shimmy. Hayate was last known behind the Palmer, and the Shimmy was in front.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is something capped
Uh,
A before the Pommern did, right? So
right.
that's
I'm
that.
thinking the Shimmy doubled back, or it could have been a Hayate pushed through. It could have
Oh
been both
nope,
of them.
it was a shimmy. You're right because now the last spot had disappeared.
Yeah.
So okay, so
And the
regardless, you
Shimmy did come out of A, but it doesn't mean the Hayate is still not there.
right.
I just figured he would have circled back to help his battleships,
I think the
right?
Hayate's here,
Oh, he
right?
is, because
Because
torps
there's the
show up
torpedoes. Yeah.
very soon.
Yep. And then you continue working this way, figuring if the Hayate is to the north, you zone him out. If the Hayate is to the south, it's going to force him to go southward. So that makes
Yeah,
perfect sense.
what's he gonna do south? Recap A?
Right. Predator, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
You
Well,
know,
nice
if I
game.
go, I mean, if I go north, it hopefully tells the Columbo, okay, he's not north, so I got to pay attention to torps from the south.
Right. Right. So usually here, I would just keep going. I go straight to the map edge to figure out, use my concealment to determine where is this Hayate. If you're detected as you go here, if you get undetected as you turn north, then you know the Hayate is farther south of you. So,
I mean, the other
Arxeles,
thing
thanks for the
is
follow.
paying
But
attention to the score timer. The safest bet is go north, because if he's south, he won't spot you and
mm-hmm,
potentially hit you.
mm-hmm,
If if this was a like say the points were so even, I probably would have rolled the dice and gone A,
sure,
uh, or continue screening for the Columbo, because like the only thing that did damage to me was that torpedo hit.
right. That's actually pretty good damage too from that torpedo. But I agree
Uh,
with you. Okay. Well, anything else, or is that about it?
no,
Cool. Well, thanks for sending that input. That was. It's nice to see a decent Ibuki game. It was pretty quick. your team managed to really ruffle stop most of the enemy. I think a lot of that is because of what happened at C. With that Lo Yang dying early, they kind of got stuck. And then the
It,
group that went to A kind of died too. So that was good.
yeah, with the Lo Yang dying, then the Alaska North Cal already way committed to pushing out, and we're still securely on our side. They
Hmm.
just die.
Yeah.
But like it just, I guess the only thing really about this replay is just kiting, how to keep all your guns into play and dodge shells.
Mm-hmm. No, it was
Right.
good. All right. Well, thanks for sending that in.